welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my top beauty favorites from the drugstore. So I went through my entire makeup collection. I picked out my favorite products from the drugstore. I know that we're not always able to spend a ton of money on makeup, especially if you're someone who really doesn't use it that often. And I have a pretty large amount of things, so there really is something here for everyone. And so I'm going to be sharing with you guys today my top favorites from the drugstore, so let's just jump right on in. I'm going to go in order of like how you would put on your makeup. So I'm going to start off with primers. I have two to share with you guys. The first one is from NYX or NYX, however you want to say it. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with what a primer is, it's really great to put on before you go on with your foundation or concealer. It's really going to smooth out your imperfections and just allow the product to sit on the face better, and a lot of times it will also stay on the face a lot longer. So this one's really great if you're someone like me who has oily skin and you have larger pores, especially in that T-zone area. This is a really great product. It's going to fill in those pores and really smooth out your complexion. That way your foundation won't sit inside your pores. It will really sit on the surface and just make the skin look a lot smoother. Really great primer if you're looking for something pretty affordable. I would definitely check this one out. This next product is actually like a setting mist, but I also wanted to include this here and now because you can also put this on your face before makeup application. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Makeup Extender setting spray, and I do prefer to use this as a setting spray, but I am going to include it now just because, again, you can use it as a primer on your face before application. It's really going to help all the products on your skin come together and look like it's unified and it's one product and not like a bunch of different products sitting on the skin. So I really like to put this on at the end of my makeup application, and I really do notice a big difference. Now I'm going to move on to foundations. I have two to share with you guys from the drugstore. So this first one is really great if you're looking for something super full coverage. It's really going to cover blemishes, acne, scarring, anything like that, and you really like that full coverage. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. It does leave a really matte finish on the skin, so if you suffer from oily skin or if you just really like your skin to look flawless, this is a really great one. Again, it's very full coverage. It does feel a little bit heavy on the skin, so if you're someone who doesn't really like the feeling of, makeup sitting on your face, you may not like this, but again, if you like that full coverage, this is a really great one from the drugstore. For my day-to-day foundation, this is more of a medium coverage foundation. This is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, the matte and poreless. Again, it is a matte finish, so it does kind of not really leave any dewiness on the skin, but at the same time, it's not as matte as that other one I just shared with you guys. I do feel like it gives a little bit more of a natural finish, more of a satin. It's actually what's on my skin today. They have a really great selection of shades, and I just love it. I think it's amazing. I love the formula, I love the staying power, and I love the color selection. Moving on to concealer, I have two to share with you guys. They're both from Maybelline. When it comes to concealers at the drugstore, Maybelline always nails it. First one is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is a really great everyday concealer. It's just great for brightening up the under eye area. I like to put it down my nose. I just really like this for brightening up the skin. It's a great everyday concealer. It's not too heavy, you don't feel it on the skin, and it blends out really nicely. And this one is probably my top concealer. I do like this one more than the other one. The Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. It's really going to help get rid of all those dark circles underneath your eyes. So if you're someone who doesn't get a lot of sleep, or if you naturally just have those dark circles, this is a really great one. Next, I have two powders to share. This is my favorite setting powder. This is the Maybelline Fit Me powder, and it's actually in the same shade as my foundation that I use, which is 220 Natural Beige. And I love this. It's really great at mattifying the skin. It will give a little bit extra coverage if needed because it has that color in it. And this is the kind of powder that I like to keep in my purse. That way if I'm getting a little bit shiny throughout the day, I can just kind of pop this on. And I love it. It looks really natural. It doesn't look cakey on the skin. Really great. It also does come with like a little puff in the back and as well as a mirror. So it's great for on the go. I love this. It's one of the better ones from the drugstore for sure. And if you're familiar with baking, I do have a favorite baking powder from the drugstore, and it is the NYC Smooth Skin Loose Powder. You get a really generous amount in here. I believe it's like $5 from the drugstore, and it's very comparable to the Laura Mercier one, which is super expensive. It's very finely milled. It's really easy to bake with. It's really going to help brighten up the face and just kind of make you look a lot more awake and youthful, so I really like this. Okay, for eyeliner, I have mentioned this here before as well. It was in my 2016 favorites video. If you haven't checked that out, I'll have that below. But this is the e.l.f. Intense Eyeliner. It's a felt tip eyeliner. It dries matte. It's super easy to apply. If you're someone who likes to do a wing and you feel like you're not that great at it, definitely check out this one. It's a $3 eyeliner. It's super good. It dries quickly. It stays matte. It stays on. It doesn't smudge. It's really great, and it also doesn't dry out quick, which is very rare, especially from the drugstore. So check this one out, it's great. Okay, I also want to mention eyelashes in this video. Even though I'm not a big fan of them, I know a lot of you guys are, so I just want to mention that my favorites actually are from the drugstore. So I prefer individual lashes just because they're a lot easier to put on, and a lot of the times I only like to put like 2 on the outer corners just to kind of open up my eyes. And I really like the Ardell medium black ones. These are so good, they're super affordable, easy to apply if you're someone who has struggles with like strip bands. Check out the individual ones, they're really great and easy to apply. But if you do like strip lashes, I do love the Ardell Demi Wispies. These are so beautiful, they look so natural, but they're very fluttery and feminine looking. And I usually will get the, what is this, the 4-pack, that way you get a couple of them. So really great, I love these. I have a couple of blushes to share with you guys. So this first one is, I'm not sure if you guys can still get this. I got this at Ulta. It's from the brand Palladio, and it's their Herbal Mosaic Powder in the shade Spice. This is such a beautiful product, guys. I think I got this for like $3. Basically, you get like a bunch of different colors, so when you swirl it all together, you get the most beautiful natural shade ever. It's super soft, it blends out like a dream. It kind of blends into the skin really nicely, so it doesn't look like there's any product on the skin, it just looks natural. Super soft, really beautiful. If you can find this, I would highly recommend checking it out. It's so good. And then my other favorite drugstore blushes are, of course, the Milani Baked Blushes. These have been really popular here on YouTube for a while, and for good reason. They're so good. They're super creamy, and they blend out nicely. And there really just isn't anything else like it on the market in the drugstore. I have Luminoso and then Rose d'Oro. So if you're someone with fairer skin, definitely check out Luminoso. This is such a beautiful, kind of like a peachy golden shade. Because they're baked, they have this really nice kind of glow to the skin when you put them on. Really subtle, but great on like fair skin. So I love Luminoso, especially if you have a tan. It just looks really like, just really makes your skin like glow from the inside. And then this one I prefer because I have more of a medium complexion. This is Rose d'Oro. If you're someone with medium to darker skin, definitely check this one out. It has a little bit more of like a brownish kind of rosy tone to it, and it will show up a little bit better on the skin. I don't know if you could see, but again, they just give like the most beautiful luminous glow to the skin. You almost don't even need a highlight because they're so glowy. I don't even know if that's a word, but we're gonna go with it. And I love these. They're super great, very affordable, and they have a nice range of shades. I have 3 highlighters to share with you guys from the drugstore. This was pretty easy for me. These are just kind of like my favorites. So the first one is from Wet n Wild. This is from the Fergie collection, but I know that they re-released it in like the regular packaging, and it's called Bruisey Brunch, I believe. If I were just in the drugstore looking around and saw this, I probably would never pick this up, but someone recommended it to me, and I'm so glad they did. When you swirl it all together, you just get the most beautiful golden champagne glow. I'm sure you can see it. It's super intense. If you really like that wet metallic looking finish on the skin, you will love this highlight, and it's super big. You'll never run out. It's actually what I'm wearing on my skin today. I don't know if you can see, but it's just so beautiful. I love it. It's really one of the better ones at the drugstore. And if you like more of like a natural kind of glow from within highlight, highly recommend the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. It took me forever to get my hands on this, but I'm so glad I did. It's in the shade Be My Highlight. And I think I mentioned this in another video, but it is just so pretty. I have it over here. It really, again, just gives that like nice subtle glow from within. So I love this, really great for every day. And then I know not everyone's into powders. They prefer more of like a cream finish. So I did want to mention this. I know like no one's really mentioned this here on YouTube, but this is one of the Maybelline Color Tattoos in the shade Barely Branded. And this is also a really great eyeshadow base as well if you set it. But I prefer this as like a cream highlight on days where I kind of like, I'm wearing not that much makeup. Maybe I'm going to the beach or something. It just gives the most beautiful glow. I'm going to put it over here. It does kind of have like a metallic look to it because it is a cream. If you could see, oh, it's just so beautiful. Like when the light hits it, you're like, whoa, you're like blinded. It's beautiful. I haven't really heard anyone talk about this, but I love it as a cream highlight on the cheeks. So I have a mascara to share with you guys. This is one of my more recent finds. I have mentioned it here on my channel as well. It's the L'Oreal Voluminous Original Mascara. So what I'm wearing right now, and I have gotten so many compliments since I've gotten this mascara. I'm just like, really? Is it that good? It just really separates all the lashes, and the best way I can describe it is it makes your lashes look like the Demi Wispies. If you've ever seen those lashes on, which I just mentioned. It gives that very fluttery, doe-eyed effect. Really beautiful, very feminine, and I love it. It doesn't clump up, it doesn't flake off. It's a really great mascara and it's very affordable. Okay, and then to finish off the video, I'm going to share with you guys my favorite lip products from the drugstore. I am such a big fan of lip products from the drugstore. I a lot of times don't even buy high-end lip products because the drugstore just has so many options out there that are just sometimes even better than high-end. So I have a couple here to share with you guys. Hopefully there's something here for everyone. So first off, I wanted to give a shout out to the Essence lipsticks. I don't know what these are called, but they're in like that black packaging with like the colored line on it, and these are so good, guys. I was so surprised when I tried them out. I have almost every shade, but here I have my two favorites. This one is like a really great everyday pink color. It's in the shade Natural Beauty. I love this color for everyday. If you're into pinks, this one's really nice. And then if you're more into like that nude kind of brownish shade, this one's in 06. And it's more of just like a great everyday nude brownish shade, and I love these. They're super creamy, very moisturizing, they don't dry your lips out. The color stays on for a pretty nice amount of time, and they're just really easy to apply. So I'm a big fan of these for everyday. And then this lipstick I just wanted to mention because it's one of my favorites. It's from Revlon, and it's one of their creams in the shade Rum Raisin. It's just a really beautiful deep brown raisin type of a shade. Really pretty, very moisturizing, super creamy. Would recommend a lip liner with this, but I love it. It's one of my favorites, and these Revlon lipsticks are really great, so definitely check them out. I also have a lip gloss I wanted to share. This one is from NYX. It's one of their butter glosses. Technically, you really can't go wrong with any of the butter glosses. They're all really nice. They're super creamy. They're not super sticky. They last a pretty nice amount of time, and they have a really nice shine to them. But my favorite is in the shade Creme Brulee. It's just like that perfect like everyday pink color. Looks good on top of everything, and they smell really good. They smell like baked goods. They're so good. So good. Okay, and then lastly, I know liquid lipsticks are like all the trend and rage here on YouTube and just in general. So these are pretty new to the market. These are from Wet n Wild, and they're the Mega Last Liquid Catsuit, I believe they're called. This is such a great liquid lipstick from the drugstore. They last all day. They're not super drying. They're a little bit drying, but they're not too bad compared to what's on the market. And this one's my favorite shade. It's called Give Me Mocha, and it's just like a really pretty deep, kind of like that brownish, like that Kylie lip Jenner color, you know what I'm talking about. It's actually what I was wearing in my last video, which was my eyeshadow palette collection. So if you want to see what it looks like, you could go check me out in that video. I will link it below, and I love this. It's so good. They have a nice amount of shades that are really wearable too. So definitely check out the Wet n Wild liquid lipsticks. That's everything I have to share with you guys. Those are all of my favorites from the drugstore. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful and interesting, and maybe you'll go out and try some of these products. Let me know if you have any other favorites from the drugstore. I would love to know. I'm a big drugstore makeup junkie, so let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!